Welcome back to eMath, right? So I will continue with the A-level papers for part 2. Okay, let's look at question number 9. The diagram shows a circle with center A passing through point B, a second circle center B passing through A, a tangent at B. Okay, you know that tangent means what? 90 degrees. So let me just draw it for you. Even though I don't have the ruler, it's a 90 degrees here. 90 degrees means what? You immediately comes to your mind. Your m1, m2 equals to -1, right? And I think we will need it later when we find the equation. Okay, the coordinates of A is -1, 4, B is 3, 2. So find the equation of tangent CBD, which means it is this line. See, I told you we need the m1, m2 equals to -1. So we just go ahead and find. First step is to find the slope or the gradient or m, AB. Then we know that the gradient of CBD is equal to -1 over gradient of AB. Then just third step we find the equation. Okay. So gradient AB. Slope, I like to call it slope, like because gradient is like when we talk about gradient, I think of the color gradient. So let's call it slope, right? So for our first derivative, or in business, call it margin or whatever. Okay. So gradient what AB? AB means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So it will be 3 over -4. -3 over 4. Hey, is it? I made a mistake here. 4 minus 2 is 2. -1 over 2. Okay. Forgive me, it's very late at night already. Okay. So now we have the gradient of AB. Let me write it down for you. This is MAB. So MCBD will just be flip it, put a negative in front, so it's a -2. Now we want to find the equation of CBD. Do we have any point on this line? Yes, we have point B. Just put it into the formula. Y minus y1. Y1 is 2. Don't copy wrongly, can I? Equals to just I set positive 2, right? Why did I write -2? Okay, forgive me. Okay, x minus x1. Just go ahead and do it. 2x minus. Actually, you can leave your answer like that, but let's be more professional. Write it in gradient form. Okay, 2x minus 4. Okay. Okay. Find an equation with the circle with center B. Or you need to find the equation of this one. So obviously, your circle is actually something like your locus, right? Locus means the what's that? The radius will be constant throughout the circle. Means the distance of any point on this one to B are actually constant, which is your R. So maybe I will just tag A, because I know the coordinates of point A. This is also your R. Hence, distance AB equals to the distance formula square root of, let me just copy the 2 points here. -1, 4 and 3, 2. Okay, -1, 4 and 3, 2. Make sure I didn't copy wrongly, Okay. What's that? Distance formula. So -1 minus 1 minus 3 square plus 4 minus 2 square. Okay, to make sure that I don't make any mistake, I will just use calculator. Okay, so it will be -4 square plus 4 minus 2 is 2 square, which is like 4. So it's a cert 20. Or 2 cert 5, that doesn't matter. Okay, I will leave my answer as cert 20 so that later when I write the equation of circle, I can directly cancel off the square root and square. Okay? So for equation of the circle with center B, it will be, the center is at B, right? X minus 3 square plus y minus 2 square equals to 20 square. This is a radius. Radius. See, I can just cancel it off. X minus 3 square plus y minus 2 square equals to 20. And that's it. Find by calculation, very funny, find by calculation, the x coordinates of C and D. Or maybe they scared you to go and draw it to scale and then calculate using ruler, I don't know, by calculation. Okay, we do it by calculation. Okay, x coordinate of x and c, so it means we don't have to care about the y coordinates. And how do you do that? Do you see that the straight line, the one in yellow, actually intersect with the circle with center B, and we already got the equation for both of them, which is the equation of this one is in part A, this one, and the equation of circle is in part B, which is this one. Just go ahead and find the intersection. Okay, I need to copy it here again. Y equals to 2x minus 4. Y equals to 2x minus 4 intersect with this one, the circle with center B equals to 20. Alright? So we want to find the x coordinate. When you do the substitution, when you solve simultaneous equation, you just take some time to think what do you want. You want x coordinates means what? You need to get rid of y. So you got sub y instead of sub x. And conveniently, we already express y in terms of x. Just put it into the circle equation. X minus 3 square plus 2x minus 4 minus 2 square equals to 20. X minus 3 square plus 2x minus 6 square equals to 20. And I need to expand. X square minus 6x plus 9 plus 4x square minus 24x plus 36 is equals to 20, right? Then 1 plus 4 is 5x square, negative 6, then these are negative 30x. I'll just use calculator. 9 plus 36 minus 20 is a 25. Oh, very nice. Factor out the 5, x square, what's that? Minus 6x plus 5 is equals to 0. And because it is not 0, so you can actually divide both sides by 5. So this 5 can actually, you split it. And luckily, fortunately, very nice, we can actually factor the trinomial here, which is x, you have 5, 1, negative 6, so means it is negative 5, negative 1, 0. X equals to 5, x equals to 1. Okay, so x coordinate of C and D. Okay, so obviously from here, from the information given, because you know that point A, just look at it. Point A has smaller x coordinates than point B, which means this is actually normal, not like how we normally draw. So because from what you can see here, the x coordinate of D is smaller than x coordinate of C. So I will just write here the x coordinate of C is the one which is bigger, right? And you know that this is when this is 3, this will be greater than 3, so it is a 5. Where the x coordinate of D is equals to 1. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Number 10. Okay, circular measure. The diagram shows that sector CAB, which is a part of circle center C, a circle with center O, radius R lies between the sector of touches of DEF. COF is a straight line, angle ACD is theta radian. Where's theta? Okay, theta is here. So find CD in terms of R and sine theta. Oh, the question very nice already. I already told you what do you need here. So when you look at the question, R is this one, right? R and sine theta. So obviously, it's something related to triangle, which is trigonometry, so that you can use trigonometry. But wait a minute. Hold on now. In order to use triangle, we need to make sure that it is a right triangle. But the question didn't mention it. Did it? Or is it like can we assume that this is a 90 degrees? Let me check. Can we assume that this is a 90 degrees so that I can just directly use, so that I don't have to use sine rule, cosine rule. I forgot most of my circle theorem already lah. So let's assume that it is 90 degrees there. So it will be very easy lah. Your sine theta will just be opposite over your what's that? CAL, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. And you want to find CD. CD obviously it is CAL plus OD. CAL plus OD. Now you already got your CAL is equals to R over sine theta. And obviously, because it is a semicircle with center O, if this is R, this is also R. Therefore, your your OD is equals to R. Hence, your CD equals to CAL plus OD equals to R over sine theta plus R. Finish. Okay, now given that R equals to 4 and theta equals to pi over 6, find the perimeter of sector CAB. Where is CAB? CAB, or means the perimeter of the whole thing lah. Okay, now you already got your CD, right? And you know that the CD is the radius of the entire big sector. It's a sector with center C. Let me just find the radius of the big that one. CD, okay. CD equals to R over sine theta plus R. Okay, which is just press the calculator. Make sure your calculator is in radian modes. Okay, 4 over sine pi over 6 plus 4. Actually, you know the answer lah. This is just 1 over 2. 4 divided by 1 over 2. 8 plus 4 is 12 lah. Okay. Okay. This is what I want to tell you. If this is 12, CD is 12, means this is also 12. This is also 12. Now you only have to find this one, arc AB. Okay? So arc AB using the circular measure formula, S equals to R theta. Your R is now 12. What is your theta? Be very careful, yeah? If this is pi over 6, then what about this? It's 2 times of pi over 6, which is pi over 3. Okay, be very careful because you are calculating the radius of the what's that? Of the entire sector. Okay, so this is a 4 pi. Last but not least, the perimeter is equals to CD plus AB plus, make sure you don't forget the BC, okay? BC. So it's a 12 plus 4 pi plus 12, which is 24 plus 4 pi. Finish. Okay? Find the area of the shaded region. Oh my god, in terms of pi and sub-tree. Oh, actually, the question is very nice to us already because already tells you that you will have a cert tree somewhere in the working. Okay, so how do you get a cert tree? We want to find the area of the shaded region. Which one minus which minus which one? Which one minus which one will give us a cert tree? Okay, cert tree means you need from the one. Tree, square root 3 from tangent, right? Maybe from sine, cosine, tangent we will get a cert 3. Tangent of pi over 6 is cert 3, right? Is Let me try something first. Yeah, I think because we already have a pi over 6 here, and pi over 6 cos pi over 6, either cos or tangent will give us a cert 3. But in this case, actually if you just look at the geometry side of it, you want to find the area of the shaded region, then you can just use the area of this triangle minus the area of this sector, right? So what is the area of that triangle? Okay, let me just use the blue color. Okay, this triangle here, yeah. And just now, what is CO? CO is r over sine theta. And r is given, right? R is equals to 4. R is equals to 4. This is pi over 6. And you know that this one, if you are calculating the hypotenuse, you will not get cert 3 that you want. If you want cert 3, you definitely need to use the adjacent because it's either cos or tangent, isn't it? So, and it is a right triangle. The area is half times base times height. Just have to find the height, which is actually, okay, tangent pi over 6 is 4 over whatever this is, CF, right? CF. So CF equals to 4 over tangent pi over 6 is pi over 6. Tangent pi over 6 is cert 3 over 3. Cert 3 over 3. Cert 3 over 3. So it's actually 4 times cert 3. Yep. Already got our cert 3. And now we are doing for one side, and later we need to double just to make sure I remember that I need to multiply by 2 lah. Okay, and now I want to find the area of the triangle. Okay, area of triangle of this triangle CFO is equals to half times base times height. Am I right? Which is this 16, this at cert 3. Okay. Then now I want to find the area of that yellow sector, but I don't know the angle here. Let it be alpha lah. And this alpha is actually here, right? If it is pi over 6, this is actually the complement of it, which is pi over 2 minus pi over 6, and you'll actually get this pi over 3. Remember that? Alpha equals to pi over 2 minus pi over 6, which is pi over 3. So the area of sector, okay, sector F or maybe a G is equals to half r squared theta. Half, what is r? R just now I think is 4, is it? 4 square theta. Right? So it will be 16 is at pi over 3. So the area of shaded region, okay, area of shaded, I will write here, sorry about that. Sorry if my work is a bit messy. Will just be the triangle minus the sector, the whole thing times 2. Okay, make sure you remember to times 2 if you are doing it like me, like we do it half of it first. Okay, so can we leave our answer like this because we only say in terms of cert 3 and pi, so I think we're pretty much done. This 16 cert 3 minus 16 pi over 3. Okay, and yeah, I think that's it. Okay, 4 marks. Okay, number 11, I think we are almost done, right? Okay, the function f and g, is a function question. Okay, fx and you have gx, and you are given the domain. Be very careful with the domain, yeah, because later on when you do, I already can see the composite and your inverse. be very careful of the domain, okay, when involve functions like this. Okay, find an expression of composite f(g(x). Okay, by the way, I don't like to write it like that because it's very confusing. It can mean the product of f and g, but I know in this case it actually means a composite function, so I will write it like this, okay? F composite g. This is how I write the composite function. Do not confuse myself, okay? So you just put the entire g into the f function, okay? So it will be 2x plus 1 squared plus 3. Am I right? And that's it. That's it. You don't have to expand. Just find an expression. So I think that's it. 1 mark only. Then find an expression of fg inverse x and state the domain. You see? State the domain of fg inverse x. That's why I said for function, your domain is very important because we are living in the real world. We need to make sure that everything is real and exists. Okay? So now you already get or have your fgx equals to 2x plus 1 squared. Okay? I'm not sure how you do inverse function, how to find inverse function. You can actually just change, replace x with y, then you can eventually get, but I will just do it the long way, okay? So let fg x be fg inverse x of y equals to y, which means this is your x, this is your y. Your x come back to y is f inverse, means your y to x is fg. Hence your thus fgy equals to x. Okay, and from here, okay, I write here fgy is equals to 2y plus 1 squared plus 3. Okay, you replace the x with 1. This is equation 1, equation 2, compare equation 1 with equation 2, or start equation 1 to equation 2, x equals to 2y plus 1 squared plus 3. And you want to make y the subject because you want to find y, isn't it? You want to find this. So y will just be, actually you can do it step by step but x minus 3, then you square root, then minus 1, then put a half in front. Right? I think so, and I hope so. So hence, fg inverse of x is equals to half square root of x minus 3 minus 1. Okay? And the question asks you to state the domain of fg inverse. Oh, okay. So actually you can just directly see from here. In order for it to be, to be defined on the real coordinates plane, anything that below your square root sign must be positive or at least 0. So to have real values, x minus 3 must be greater or equals to 0, which means your x must be greater than or equals to 3. And another thing to check is, okay, now your x is greater or equals to 3. Does it fulfill what you have on for x and for f and g? Okay, 3 is greater than 0, no problem. 3 is greater than negative half, so no problem. Just go ahead and write answer. Okay, and what's that? Domain of fg inverse. Hence the equation is here, and the domain if you want to write it in interval form, it will be 3 inclusive, then infinity not inclusive. It's a round bracket. Okay. Next, C, we have to solve the equation fgx. It's a functional equation. Already have our fgx, but we don't have our gfx, isn't it? And you know that it is different. Let me just write our fgx here equals to, what do we have just now? 2x plus 1 square, 2x plus 1 square plus 3. Okay? Then how about gfx? Okay, you put f into g, so it's a 2x squared plus 3 plus 1. Okay, 2x squared plus 3 plus 1. Okay, then you just go ahead and solve this function equation. It's not very hard, okay? I directly explain, I don't want to write so many steps. 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 plus 3 equals to minus 3 equals to 2x squared plus 6 plus 1. I hope you can follow, yeah? 4 minus 2 is 2x squared plus 4x. This and that can cancel. This and that can cancel. So you bring a 6 over, minus 6 equals to 0. Factor out the 2x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals to 0, and because it's 0 and it's not inequality, and because it is a constant 2, you can divide both sides by 2, and these 2 will just disappear. And very nice, I think this you can factor is 3 and 1, and obviously it's a positive 3, negative 1, so x equals to negative 3, x equals to 1. Okay? But you see here, yeah, since the domain of that one, you see, is greater than 0, means you need to reject. You actually need to reject this answer. You need to reject this. Okay, since the domain of f is from 0 to infinity, right? From 0 to infinity, not inclusive. 0 infinity. Hence, the answer should be, okay, we reject x equals to negative 3. Thus, x equals to 1. However you want to write it, I hope you got what I mean. So yeah, that's it for question number 11. And we are finally on to the last question. Okay? Oh, holy shit, it's integration. Okay. The diagram shows a curve with that one, blah, 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 and a straight line with equation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the curve crosses x-axis at 4, 0. This is a 4. Sorry. The line, not the curve. And crosses a straight line at B and C. Let me have a sip of water. Find the x-coordinate of B and C, which means they actually find the intersection of the line and the curve, right? So very easy lah. Just 4x to the half minus 2x equals to 3 minus x. Okay. So when you first look at it, you say, hey, we have x to the power half. How do we do that? We don't know how to solve the equation. But actually, if you have a look, just pay a little bit more attention, you will know that it's actually not hard to do. Okay, let me show you how I do it. X minus 2x minus x is actually I will move this to the other side. Negative x plus 2x is a positive x, right? Then move this to the other side. Negative 4x to the half, right? Then plus 3 equals to 0. I think you can see what I am going to do, right? Let u be x to the half. Just in case you can't see it. Okay? So now it will be u squared will just be x. So what am I going to do? It's a quadratic equation. So it's a u squared minus 4u plus 3 equals to 0. Isn't it very nice? u 3 1 minus equals to 0. U equals to 3, u equals to 1, and very nice. But we want x lah, okay? So x to the half is 3, x to the half is 1, x equals to 9 square. You square both sides, yeah? This is what I do here. I square both sides. X equals to 1. But now you have 2 points, point B and C. Which one is which one? Again, from what you can see here, directly see here, you know that the x coordinate of B is smaller than x coordinate of C, right? Since the x coordinate of B is smaller than x coordinate of C, hence your xB is 1 and xC is 9. So, okay? And do we need the y coordinate? I think no need. I think no need. Okay. If the question didn't ask you to find, then no need to find the rest of time. Okay. Show that B is a stationary point on the curve. So when you see the word stationary point, immediately come to your mind, differentiate, right? Differentiate first derivative, then let it be 0. You get a possible critical. And do we need to do a second derivative test? Because second derivative test is to test whether it's maxima or minima, isn't it? And you can see here it's actually the maxima. We just need to show that. So for the sake of sharing what I learned in calculus, I will just do both first derivative test for local extrema and second derivative test for local extrema. Okay? We know that at stationary point, by the way, this is the x coordinate is what? 1. Okay? So it's a 1 and YB lah. Maybe I need it later, I don't know. Okay, at stationary point, the slope or the gradient of the margin or the first derivative is equals to 0. Why? Because it is. Hence, we just go and differentiate this. Did we differentiate it? Did we differentiate that one? Have it right? Okay, we just differentiate it here. 4 times half x negative half power minus 1 power bring down power minus 1 equals to 4x negative half. It's 2. Sorry. Okay, so you just let this divide dx be 0. 2x negative half minus 2 equals to 0. And obviously, to make it equals to 0, actually you can solve it algebraically, but I will just tell you x is equals to 1. Because when x is equals to 1, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay? And what is this? This is actually xb. Right? Hence, we can say that point B is a possible. It's only a possible critical, because critical point. Because in theory, it is only a possible critical. It may not be that one. Anyway, just write a possible critical point by what? By first derivative test for local extrema. Alright? Then we go ahead and do the second derivative. I'll just do it real quick. dx squared, because I don't think this is necessary now. You bring down the power minus 1, negative x negative 3 over 2, you differentiate a constant becomes a 0. So it will just be negative x negative 3 over 2. And then d2y dx squared at x equals to 1, you just sub the 1 into it, it will just be negative 1. Okay? So negative 1 means what? It is smaller than 0. Hence point B is what's that? Local maxima, because it's smaller than 0. In theory, it's a local extrema. Local maxima by second derivatives test for local extrema. Okay, we have proved that it is a local extrema, which means it is a stationary point. Very nice. Then find the area of the shaded region. Okay, wait, let me check. I think my camera battery is running slow, but we'll have. Yeah, last question. Let me just do my camera first. Just in case it didn't record just now, what I did for part B is I used the first derivative test for local extrema to prove that point B is a possible critical point, and I used second derivative test for local extrema to prove that it is a local maximum. Hence, the gradient at point B is equal to 0. Therefore, it is a stationary point. Alright? Let's proceed with the last question, which is find the area of the shaded region. It's a definite integral. Okay? So, the question is very nice because the area only cover in one quadrant. It's only in quadrant 4, isn't it? So you can just go ahead and integrate the line. Of course, you can use a triangle that minus the area, it's up to you. But I will just use this one. You integrate from here to here, minus you integrate the curve from here to here. Does that make sense? Right, yeah? So for the triangle, I'll just integrate from, just now this is point C. Point C, you already got the x intercept, which is x coordinate, which is 9. Okay, and this is what? This is actually the x-intercept of the line, which is your y equals to 0, your x equals to 3. You integrate from 3 to 9 of the line, okay, 3 minus x dx, minus from the curve to the axis. But take note, yeah, for the curve you actually integrate from 4, okay, you integrate from here to 9 of the minus 2x dx. Okay, so we be very careful with the sign method. Okay, 3x minus x squared over 2, 3, 9 minus, why I keep writing wrong numbers? 4x 3 over 2, 3 over 2 minus 2x cubed over 3 from 4 to 9. Okay, then just go ahead and press calculator. 3, 9 minus 9 squared over 2. I'm running out of space now. Okay, 3 minus 3 minus at over 3, 9, 3 over 2 minus 2 over 3, 9 cubed, minus away, add over 3, 4, 3 over 2 minus 2 over 3 times 4 cubed. Okay, so if you go ahead and press calculator, you should be able to get what's that? So be very careful with the brackets, yeah, that's what I said. So this is actually this I wonder how I get a negative answer. So it will be 11 over 3. Okay, so if you go and integrate, if you go and press calculator straight away from here, okay, let's check. Plus x from 3 to 9 is negative 18. If you press this, 4x half minus 2x from 4 to 9 is negative 43 over 3, so negative 18 minus 4 is actually, if you minus them, is actually you will get a negative 11 over 3. Okay, you get a negative 11 over 3, but because area is actually scalar, which means it will not have direction. So the area, if the question asks you to express a definite integral, is negative 11 over 3. But if the question asks you for area, you have to write positive 11 over 3. Okay? So yeah, that's it. So that's it. 11 over 3. And I think that's all for this paper. Yeah. Okay, very nice. Okay, I finished this. I think I finished this in time, right? It gave us 1 hour and 50 minutes. And I think maybe at most I spent like an hour and a half. I'm not sure, I didn't take not on time. But anyway, I think this paper is not really it's not very hard for me, and as compared to SPM with all the CAL question and compared with UEC with all the very advanced topics, and I think this paper is quite okay for me. So just to make sure that you don't copy the figure wrongly, and you don't use the wrong formula. Be very extra careful when you write your steps, your sign, everything. You should be fine. Okay. So again, good luck to all the A-level students, and also good luck to all of the Pro-Max Form 5 students who just finished at SPM. I hope you can get whatever university that you want. And that's it for today. If you like my video, I will consider to do more A-level papers in the future. Right? So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you like my video. See you guys in the next video.